my name is Terry Lee from Sweet Pea Papers and the Sweet Pea Papers Facebook group. This is my new design team project for LineDotArrow called Winter Roses. Now this is a 24-page kit and it's just beautiful. Let me go through it real quick. I haven't decided what we're going to do with it. Now, of course, this is European sized, so you're going to have the larger border at the top and the bottom, and that means everything is sideways. And that means that you're going to want to turn off your fit to page and turn off your no borders to print this kit out. Okay, and I printed this on high setting and it came out so gorgeous. I don't know why I had it next to high. It was the default or something. And I've printed on the back of all of these, and I believe I used the same image. And this is a fake coffee dyed pattern or paper by Liana Scrap. So here we go. It's so pretty. And the 24 pages include ephemera, and the ephemera pages are really nice. She's got the light or the thin black line around the ephemera pieces, which is great for us scan and cut and Cricut users. People like me, as you can see, who have hand issues, I'm hand challenged, really appreciate being able to cut things out on our scan and cuts. Okay, and these are backing papers. Let's see. And this one. And this one. And this is the writing page. There may be more than one. I think there's one. Okay. I was talking and not paying attention to what I was going through. And here's your pockets and tags. These are the smaller tags. Here's some more pockets. How did everything end up upside down? And some ephemera. And some cards and some elements to put on your page. These are the cards and the elements in the smaller size and the fussy cuts. We'll get to those in a minute. Guess I should have gone through this. And these are the cards, I believe, that are on the page that we just went past in the larger sized. Here's your larger tags, or your largest tags. And these are your medium tags. These are the backing papers, so you can take the fussy cuts and decorate your own tags. That's nice. And look at that. That's crazy. And here's your words and some page elements. Here's your words and your tags in the small version. The smallest version. I like the words this sized. I like them the best, this size. And then some more pockets. Different kind of pockets. And then a page of fussy cuts. What I'm probably going to do, oh, she's got the fussy cuts shrunk down on a different page. Okay, so that you'll notice these fussy cuts. I need to print on the back of this, don't I? But these things I don't print on the back of. There's no reason to. Okay, so that's our quick flip through. And I have no idea what I'm going to make this time. I know it's going to be something fun, but I just don't know what yet. usually I know by now, but I'm going to cut away for now, and then when I come right back, I'll have everything cut out, and we'll be ready to start our project. All right, see you in a sec. Okay, I'm back. So first of all, let me say that since I recorded the first part of this where we went through the kit, Natalie has come out with a 12-page add-on kit. So just go to her Linktree link that I posted under the video, and I believe she's only offering it through her Ko-Fi page. Looks like I didn't cut these quite close enough. So here's the pages. There's 4 more papers. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then there's 8 more pages of ephemera. If I can get a hold of them. Oh no, here's another page. So there's 5 pages. I missed one. Okay, and more ephemera, some bingo cards, some watches, and some windows. We'll see how well I can cut those out. I may cut one out and use it. I like this blue one. And this one with one more envelope like this. Our project isn't super big. It's big enough that we would use all of this ephemera. So I'm not sure how much of it I'm going to cut out with my Scan and Cut, because I already have this much cut out from the actual kit. So I've got all these pockets and tags and things, and so I'm going to go through and see, and if there's specific items that I definitely, want to use, then I will go ahead and cut those out. Of course, I'll trim this paper down. Okay, so now the first thing we're going to do, let me do this real quick, because I've decided to change the home page image, I think, or the front page. I don't know. I guess we'll have to look at it when we get to it. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut down 2 manila folders. Now, as you can see, I haven't put this together and I haven't made a prototype. So we're going to see if it's going to work as we go. Now, I used the smaller envelopes, so they're going to have the logos on the inside, but we should be covering these with paper. Actually, you will see a little bit of it because we're going to be folding them this way. And so we're going to try to get them on the inside. So make sure that the logo's on the back side when we fold them in half. Okay. And you're going to cut them down to 10 inches wide by 7 3/4 inches tall. Remember, we've got the European size papers, so they're not quite, they're not 8.5 inches tall, they're only 7.5, and they're not really 11, they're like 10 3/4 or close to it, within a 1/16. And so we're going to give ourselves that little bit of a border around. Now, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to look at our notes. And we're going to fold it in half, each one. And there was no way to cut this to save the tabs. Let's make sure this is straight. You don't have to use your bone folder yet. Just make sure that you've got enough of a fold that you can see to cut. And then we're going to fold this one in half this way, which is the same way. We're just going to make sure everything's lined up. Now, I did this once, not this exact one. We were going to do more of a traveler's style notebook with the tabs, and then I realized the papers were smaller and it wasn't going to work. So this first envelope, or manila folder, we're going to work on that. We're going to open it up, and we're going to cut it across here. Now there's a ridge, so we're going to cut it on either side of the ridge to make an extra page. Okay? So, and we're only going to cut to the center fold. To the center fold. So try to stay as close to the bump as possible without having it on the bottom of your page. And then that one's a little crooked. Hold this up. That one I can tear off. It's skinny enough. How did I manage to do that? There we go. I knew something wasn't right. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is ink or stamp. So let's go ahead and cut the other one. I'm going to stamp around the edges, and I don't know if you can see that stamp or not, but it's just like little bumps. And it's long. I wanted a long stamp, so it wouldn't take me that long to stamp everything. And I'm going to use Vintage Photo. Now the second one, we're going to do the same thing, only we're going to cut it for a pocket. So instead of cutting here, we're going to cut here on either side, and then we're going to cut this part off to make a great big pocket. Okay? This one's not quite enough to see. That looks crooked. A little bit. Just a little bit. So now we want to cut. And this will also give us a little bit of room. I'm not sure that I'm getting this. You know what I should have done is I should have used this side. Yeah, I missed the where the fold was on the first part, so the second part ended up a little big. Ow, I almost cut my finger. The first time I did this, I had to reprint some of the papers. I have a burn that goes from here, the scar goes to there now. I burned myself in the oven, of course. And so now we're going to cut this for the pocket. Yeah, see, that one's crooked. So let's just cut it about here. And that will give us a pocket here. Okay, so then let's go on pause, and you can use your bone folder now. Fold everything down, and you're going to want to ink everything except on the one with the pocket. You don't have to do this line here, and you don't have to do the inside here or the back of the pocket. So you don't have to ink this or the back of this or this edge right here. You need to ink this edge because we're going to make a pocket, and you want to be able to see when you see in the pocket. You want to be able to see something other than the cream colored folder, but that's totally up to you. Okay, see that B is going to show. All right, and then on this one, you're going to want to ink pretty much everything, except check your, well, we are going to make a pocket on this front side. We're also going to need to ink one invitation-sized envelope. Then we're going to, well, I want you to cut this envelope so that it's the same height as this. So that's going to be 7 3/4. And then go ahead and ink this or stamp it on both sides. And this side right here up at the top, in case you see it. Okay, let's go back to here. We're going to have to ink that or stamp it. And then on this one, this is going to be a pocket here. So you'll want to do inside here. So that'll be here on the inside. Then this is going to be a page, so you're going to need to ink, you know, all around on this part, all around on this part, all around here, and then here you're going to need to ink along here because we're going to make a pocket when we put the two folders together. Now this may be too ambitious of a project to finish in 5 to 7 videos. I might publish all the way through to a Saturday and Sunday if we need to. But I'd like to get most of it done, and then, you know, like the pocket page I may do off camera, and of course, you know, papering the envelopes and things like that I'll do off camera to save us some time. Okay, so I want you to go ahead and ink or stamp or leave blank, you know, just leave it the cream color if that's what you want to do. I'm tempted to do that. And then I will see you in just 1 second. Everything is inked, and I wrote cover on the front. I had to kind of flip this around. I think I turned it around when I was inking it, but you want the pocket part to be in the front and the extra page to be in the back. Okay, and then on this side, on this one, you want the pocket part to be in the front and this pocket to be in the back. Okay, now we're going to put this envelope here. Oops, darn it, I thought I had everything inked. Now when I decided to go ahead and ink instead of stamp, but I inked it lightly. I didn't ink it a lot. Why does that look like it's not inked? I was inking so many things, it looks like I missed the back of the envelope, and then when I cut it cut off what I did ink. Okay, so we're going to put this, we're going to hook it inside the pocket here. Actually, to make it look neater, we'll put it on the page. So let's set that aside, and we probably could, now we can't do that with this one. Sure we can. No, we can't. This one's going to have to be on the outside. Yeah, okay. Otherwise you wouldn't be able to open it because the pocket's right there. No, we can do it on the paper. And then open the pocket and flip this up to make the pocket. Okay. So let's set that one to the side too. Well, that'll make our life easier. So we're going to glue this together. But first, well, let's go ahead and glue the back one together. We're going to want to glue this up, unless we want it as a flip down. We're not going to have time. Let's just make it into a pocket opening this way. So that means we're going to glue this and this. And we're not going to glue the pocket until we get to it. That way we can paper it much easier. So on this side, we're just going to do this and this. There we go. Didn't seem like enough glue was coming out. And we'll just stick this up here. And that'll give us our pocket opening to the side. And then we'll leave that. And we'll paper it first and then flip it up. So that was all we had to do on that one. Yeah, that's the back cover. Then on this one, we have to do a little bit more. We don't want to glue anything yet. We want to put on the cover image, and then we're going to put on the closure. Let me see. I think that'll look all right. I don't have a scrap part of this paper to make into the button cut. Oh, wait a minute. Hold horses. I do. I'm going to take one of these. Do I want to take... That'll be pretty. Okay. I had a miscut. As in, my paper trimmer decided to murder the paper. What happened here? Okay. So I'm just going to glue this right on top of the other paper. I was going to use a different cover image. I was going to use the Christmas tree, but then I decided not to at the last minute. Okay. Let that sit for just a second. Let's go ahead and, now I'm not going to put this on right now. Because I'm going to put some gauze or something underneath it. So I won't do that on camera. I inked the other paper I was going to use. This was a last minute change. So we are going to ink the papers. It looks a little fuzzy. We don't have to ink it as light. In fact, let's do the corners. Oz is in here looking for the heater to be on. I had turned it off. It's got a fan, so I turned it off to record this. And he's in here sitting in front of the fan like, what? What happened? Okay, so let's put this on. And I printed on the backs of all the papers just in case I'm going to use them for the writing card or something. So there's no way to know ahead of time. And knowing me, I would forget to put it back in the printer and print on the back before I cut it in half or something like that. Now, to find the half on these, because they're an odd size, I just folded it in half. I didn't crease it. I just folded it in half and then just kind of pinched the top a little bit to make a little indent. Opened it up and cut it right on that indent, and that gives me the center. Okay. Now, I want the words right side up this way, because I'm me. You can do it any way you want with any image you want. Okay. Now, we're going to want this at least, let's see, let me set this. We're going to be using the 3/16. And we want it a little bit more than ½ inch in the hole. So let's just find the center this way. And I'm going to measure it from the paper to the paper, not the top of the manila folder. Okay, so I just put a light dot there. That looks about right, but we'll see in just a minute. You want to stick it in between, like stick it right in the pocket. Wow. It was right on that spot, that little dot that I made. Okay, so we've got that punched out. And this way our, whatchamacallit, will be in between our brad, the back of our brad. And then we can also put tape across the little legs, and that way when we're putting stuff in and out of the pocket, it won't get caught. Okay, let me make a hole. Oops, let me ink this now that it's dry. Okay. And we just stick the brad through, stick the brad through, Open it up so that the little legs go up and down, not side to side. I'm going to put a piece of tape over them. And that smooths out that little bump for when we put them in and out. Okay. So now we've got that. And we can go ahead now and glue this for our pocket. So we're going to do the same thing we did on the other one, only the opposite. We're going to glue the top and down. And you can see that I inked it, but you can also see that I didn't ink it very much. Now down the center, it gets kind of fuzzy because you folded it. So I'm going just, oops, I'm going everywhere. I was going to say I'm going just this side of the inking because we want to see just that little bit of the edge of it. Okay, so now we've got this side pocket on this one too. Okay, and a page, and a page. Okay, now we want to glue these two together. Now we've already got a pocket here, so I mean you can glue this and make a second pocket, make a double pocket. In fact, why don't we do that? So to do that, we're just going to glue in the shape of a C. Ooh, we could glue it to where there's a top pocket on this side and a side pocket on the other side. And then you'll have two little distinct sections that you see on the side. And this is so small it probably won't matter, but if it does bother you, then you can oh, that's right, it'll be glued together here. I'm like, what is wrong? So now we've got a top pocket here and a side pocket here. Okay, so I'm going to write in pencil. So that I remember to put a thumb hole or something. Or a tab with a charm. Something. So that you know the pocket's there with the large writing card inside. Now we won't make... Wait a minute. Oh, that's just where that's crooked. Wow, that B is really bright. There's got to be something I can do. Thinking I'll put lace around the pocket and that will help cover it up. I think. Yeah, and then even though the lace will get folded, it will still help, I think. I'll have to think of something because having a big B right there is going to cramp my style. I cut that so crooked. Because normally you would only see that much. You'd still see the thing, but you wouldn't be able to tell it was the letter B. Now, I could have, and another option that you can think of is I could have painted all the way around all of it, like white. And that would have been nice too. Okay, so now that part's all done. And we still have, hold on, let me see on our time. All right, I went ahead and grabbed a paper for this, which is going to be page 1 and 2, 3, 4, 5. This is an offcut, and I trimmed it. There was a problem on the other half of the page. The paper trimmer made a big rip in the top. So this is actually supposed to be the center right here. But since I cut it this way, we get the whole plant. So this is going to be 6. And I cut the wrong end of this envelope because I was going to make it go this way on the outside, which I'm still tempted to do. So I'm not going to glue the top and then cut the bottom off so that we can put it in. Well, all I have to do is fold it back this way. I'm so silly. Aren't I silly? Anyway, and we'll put it on this paper. And then we'll open it up, and then this will be that, which is actually something we could do now as well. Okay, so let's do this one. And then I think what I'm going to do, and I've cut this for a side pocket, I think what I'm going to do is fussy cut out another one of these side things, ink it and put it on, and then we'll put a pocket or something over here like that. Okay, so let's glue this onto here. Now this is a cream colored envelope, and I'm going to put you on hold for just a second. I want to spray it. When I say spray it, I have a acrylic paint and alcohol spray that I make. You just put a couple drops of acrylic paint. Did I say alcohol paint? Acrylic paint, and in one of those little 3-ounce spray bottles that you can get on Amazon. You can get 10 of them for $10 or something, or 6 of them for $10. Anyway, just a couple of drops, just not very much at all, and then you fill the rest with alcohol and it makes a spray, and then it mists the paint and the alcohol evaporates, and then you have just that little bit of something. And I've got what I sprayed this with is Art Deco, which is the very inexpensive brand. You get $1 or $2 for one of those little bottles of craft paint. And it's in, the color is Snow White in the super metallic, or whatever it's called, metallics. Yeah, and I got it when it was on sale for $1. Okay, so that's that, and we'll put this on the page. Or do I want to put the fussy cut on it first and then glue it down? No, it'll be all right. That's Oz. Everybody say hi, Oz. Hi, Oz. That's what he was doing. He was saying hi to one of the neighbors, or a neighbor's dog, or an imaginary butterfly, or, you know, something. Oh, you should see him when there's a fly in the house. He's worse than a cat. He chases it around and around and around and around until he finally gets it caught between the blind, the vertical blind, and the sliding door. And then he's relentless until he gets it. And then he eats it. Just like any other good cat. You see the word basics is here too, but I should have cut down a legal sized envelope. The Amazon Basics legal envelopes do not have the logo on the inside. So, note to future self. It seems a little crooked, and now this is a little crooked, but we do need to be able to close it, that's for sure. Okay, so that's that. Now let's go back here. And let's glue this to this. And I know you'll see that it's cracked, but I don't mind that. I also mitered the edges of this, and in fact, it doesn't need to be that long either. All we need is enough to glue it onto the paper. Pocket at the top. I've printed out some stationery, the same page as the cover. Let's put this one as far up as we can get it. I cut it just a smidge shorter than the paper. Okay. Now we're going to open this up. Let's test it before everything dries. We'll glue this down, glue this up. See, that's not going to work. So let's go ahead and glue this paper down, and then we'll fold it over to where it's on the back, which would be something we would do now. No, we'll glue it to the paper. So this will go on the back. Let's do that. That way we've got this part done too. Have I inked this? No, because I wasn't planning on doing it yet. brand new titanium blades, and they even tried the other one in the package, and they're cutting fuzzy. I don't know what's wrong with them. I think I might exchange them. So that'll be the cover, page 1 and page 6 done. Except for the pocket itself. But all you have to do is cover the front of the pocket. Just remember to leave that little cream color border around. And then it's tall enough that you can put another pocket on the front of it. I'll leave you that as homework. That is your homework for today. I think I just put glue on my sweater. I live in Seattle. Well, right next to Seattle. I'm about 10 miles away. I'm in a suburb. Anyway, and this morning it was 23 degrees. In November. I don't know what the deal is. Global warming, global not warming, or something. Oh, you know what? When we put our paper on, it'll cover most of that. It's not like we're going to see this crooked cut because it's all lined up here. We'll just put the paper down and that'll cover most of it. I don't know why I was getting so upset. See, it was bugging me. It was in my brain. So just cover this, leaving that little cream border all the way around. And then put, you know, like a pocket that's a side tuck, side pocket, or another pocket across the bottom. And then we can put a bunch of little tags in it, one or the other. And you decide, it's up to you. It's your pocket. All right. Well, that's going to be it for this video. And I will see you in the next video. And that will be just a second for you and a day for me. Okay, bye-bye.